childhood education is a period when children starts to learn basic skills, social and emotional skills, develop their interests, and form a relationship between their parents, peers, and teachers. It is their foundation and groundwork for their future development.
Why Norway has the best educational system in the world. Well, education here is completely free. Yes, you heard that right. Almost all schools in Norway are public schools funded by the government through the taxes collected, due to which education until high school is free, and even the public universities do not charge tuition fees for the courses offered. In 1997 in Norway, the primary and middle school education system was reformed, and a new curriculum was implemented. Under this reform, the local municipalities were made responsible to run public schools until the middle school level, and up until 2005, private schools were practically illegal in the country. This resulted in strengthening the quality of education provided by public schools, as all children, regardless of status, went to the same class of public school, putting a check on the level of education and facilities provided by public schools system. Scientific studies have proven that students tend to learn better and faster when they are taught in their mother tongue. And owing to this fact, the entire education in schools in Norway is in the Norwegian language, except for foreign language courses offered by these schools. All public schools have the same syllabus and standard of education, allowing parents in Norway to not worry about which school is the best in their town. Education that makes you happy. All over the globe, we can find multiple examples where students are stressed out because of intensive learning and exams they go through. But in Norway, you'll rarely find any such student. Any guesses as to why? Well, students here do not have homework. We're sure you all must be jealous after hearing that one. The schools in Norway strongly believe that the childhood days are some of the most valuable days in one's life, and the teachers at school encourage students to socialize, pursue sports, and have fun, rather than boring them with loads of homework. They believe that this helps an overall development of the students as they spend more time outdoors after school and also improves their efficiency. Even the methodology of teaching students is not tailored to prepare them for doing well in standardized tests, but to make them good citizens, because, well, not all people need a good SAT score to become successful.
Kindergartens are mandated by the state to provide children with beneficial opportunities for development and activities.
Snow is like rain, only slower and colder. If you hold still and let it fall on your nose, it tickles. I lost a tooth once. We were sledging and then we crashed. But it was okay, because the tooth was loose anyhow. How can you crash really hard into something really soft? The small children sleep outside even when it's cold. They don't mind because they have really warm sleeping bags. I'm always warm, even if it's cold, because I play so much.
Innovating Education Learning World in association with
The students here at school encourage students to socialize, pursue sports, and have fun rather than boring them with loads of homeworks.
Outdoor preschool in Norway, children are learning about plants, animals, and the environment in the ideal surroundings.
Here in the far Arctic north of Norway, this kindergarten operates outdoors all year round. Tuseladen Outdoor Kindergarten has been teaching preschoolers from 3 to 5 years old outdoors for 20 years with great results.
We follow the seasons in our teaching. A lot of what we do, our activities, deal with the weather and discovering nature. We do different things at different seasons. It's logical when you live this far north.
They use a traditional tent for shelter and to rest in. But most of the time is spent outside. Preparing backpacks for the mountain hike is part of the teaching. The teachers here and the children's parents feel that modern childhood has become too protected, regimented and technology-centred. They believe that outdoor teaching makes children stronger, more resilient and also more creative.
Obviously, outdoor life involves more physical activity, spending lots of time in the fresh air, learning to appreciate nature and becoming independent and confident. It's important for us. And it's a lot of fun to go hiking when you know the surroundings.
10% of all kindergartens in Norway are outdoor schools, and they often boast more male teachers than indoor kindergartens.
I like working with children very much. It's fun. I also like being outdoors, doing various activities all year round in all kinds of weather.
School facilities in Norway.
Peace, wealth and safety are just some of the privileges children here enjoy. Another is a huge range of options for daycare facilities. One of the trends is preschools in nature, far away from the hustle and bustle of the concrete jungle.
These kids are turning the woods into a playground. The hillside provides a natural slide. Pieces of wood are great for carving. And juicy yellow plums along the way are a welcome morning snack. Every day they explore the forest on the outskirts of the German capital, Berlin. 4-year-old Vivid has been participating for the past 2 years, and today she's been allowed to join the group of older kids for the first time. Her mother says there's no better place for a child to develop.
When I lived in the city, I was shocked at what my kids were always picking up from the ground. I felt like they shouldn't touch anything. Everything was kind of disgusting or dirty or full of cigarette butts or garbage and dog poo. I always had the feeling I had to hold them back. There was no natural place for my kids to develop in the city.
The kids go outside in all seasons, regardless of the weather. There's no scheduled routine. Instead, the day is filled with the children's discoveries. At the moment, they're learning how to use hand tools. Andreas Apples has been working here for 14 years as a preschool teacher. He knows that going to the woods is good, both for the children's minds and their bodies.
Our aim is to give them a sense of mindfulness that they can communicate to other children, to tell them things like, why kill that bug? Why step on the nettles? They're important for the snails. When the sun comes out, snails can hide behind the leaves, and butterflies lay their eggs on them. Or look at this plant, you can eat it. Don't destroy it, it's important to us.
A trip like this to the forest can be pretty exhausting. Around midday, the kids head back to base. They even have their own shelter to relax in. During the winter, they warm up here at the campfire. If it gets really cold, they can move into the nearby house. Plastic toys aren't allowed, but there are always plenty of activities to keep them busy, and sometimes special guests come to visit.
The neighbors' sheep come here looking for food on the property. The ram died, so it was buried. Here there's an appreciation for everything. Even when the kids are exploring and taking dead animals apart, there's still respect. And I believe that this respect for nature and its creatures will transform into respect for other human beings, as well as a sense of responsibility for the environment.
4-year-old Vivid really enjoyed her first day in the older children's group, and she and the other kids are already looking forward to their next adventure in the forest.
The schools in Germany strongly believe that the childhood days are some of the most valuable days in one's life. The foundation helps early childhood educators and primary teachers to facilitate children's inquiry-based learning in a qualified way because they believe anyone who maintains their curiosity and joy of learning will develop an ability that is important for the whole life.
Northern Norway, deep inside the Arctic Circle. The city of Tromsø is snowbound for half the year, and the sun disappears for 2 months in winter, when temperatures can plunge to -15. Yet even here, parents are sending their children to outdoor nurseries. Schools like the Tuseladen Outdoor Kindergarten on the shores of the city centre fjord follow the same national curriculum as any other kindergarten in Norway. But these children spend most of their time in the open air, come rain, shine, snow, or midwinter darkness. 10 years ago, there were only a dozen such schools. Now there are hundreds all over the country, and nearly 1 in 10 Norwegian kindergartens is outdoor. Heidi Buvang is one of the most experienced teachers at this school. She's been educating infants outdoors for 12 years.
Men det å være glad å være ute og få frisk luft ser vi jo er viktig for ungene I dag. Vi konkurrerer med data og PC og Gameboy og alle de her typer spill, og det er viktig å gi ungene lyst til å være ute og motivere dem til å være kreative ute.
Through Heidi and the children she cares for, this film explores why one of the world's most advanced and admired educational systems is undergoing such a revolutionary change. and why so many Norwegian parents are responding to the challenges of modern childhood by returning to nature. Such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. She believes adult role models like herself shape children's attitudes not just to the weather, but to life in general.
Ja, det noe med at det nødt ikke komme på morgenen og si at man fryser, fordi at det smitter over på motivasjonen til ungene. Sånn at man må, selv om kanskje motivasjonen ikke på topp, så må man likevel bare, det her det som og vi har forskjellig vær og forskjellig vind. Vi kan ikke styre det. Vi må ta det vi får, og så heller være kreative og bruke værgudene sine ting, og så utnytte det.
A daycare center in Germany called Nidulus offers childcare 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It caters to parents who are doctors, nurses, security workers, chefs, anyone who works odd hours and needs reliable health care.
If I didn't have the 24-hour daycare center, I wouldn't be able to work. My partner is self-employed and he has to travel all over the world. He's sometimes away for weeks. And we can't always ask the grandparents, they have jobs of their own. So if I didn't have this daycare center, I'd be unemployed.
All the toddlers at the daycare center are children of shift workers. Their parents work in restaurants or for the police or hospitals. The state-run centre is open 365 days a year, round the clock. The director
können wir am schnellsten und am effektivsten etwas in der Bildungskette erreichen. Von daher ist es wichtig, früh anzufangen. Wir wollen, dass die Kinder ihre Neugier bewahren. Wir wollen auf jeden Fall, dass sie die Freude am immer wieder etwas erforschen behalten. Das ist ganz wichtig für unsere Zukunft. Wir brauchen ganz viele junge Leute, die über die MINT-Fächer Zugang kriegen, auch in einen Beruf. Wird immer wichtiger. Allerdings haben wir auch das Ansinnen, mit dem Haus der kleinen Forscher sie für den Alltag fit zu machen. Sie können in jungen Jahren aus dem Alltag heraus sich vieles erschließen, was man sein Leben lang gebrauchen kann.
Die gemeinnützige Stiftung Haus der kleinen Forscher möchte Mädchen und Jungen für die Zukunft stark machen, sie zu kritischem Denken und nachhaltigem Handeln befähigen. Ihr Ansatzpunkt? Jedem Kind im Kita- und Grundschulalter die alltägliche Begegnung mit Naturphänomenen und Fragen zu Mathematik, Informatik und Technik ermöglichen. Mit einem breiten Bildungsprogramm unterstützt die Stiftung pädagogische Fach- und Lehrkräfte dabei, Kinder qualifiziert beim forschenden Lernen zu begleiten. Denn wer neugierig bleibt und Spaß am Lernen hat, wird eine Fähigkeit entwickeln, die für das ganze Leben wichtig ist. Die Suche nach Antworten nie aufzugeben.
Joghurtbecher, Kerze, Strohhalm, Zitrone, Draht. Ich glaube, das zeichnet das Haus der kleinen Forscher aus, mit einfachen Mitteln die großen Zukunftsfragen zu adressieren, Begeisterung zu wecken bei den Kindern selber, aber natürlich auch bei den Erzieherinnen und Erziehern. Auch da Ängste zu nehmen, sich mit diesem teilweise sehr, sehr komplexen Thema auseinanderzusetzen.
Das Haus der kleinen Forscher trägt zu guter früher Bildung bei Mädchen und Jungen, unabhängig von Herkunft und Elternhaus. Ich bin dafür.
Philippines.
Numerous researches show how important it is for children to be exposed to proper holistic development. Child development starts as early as infancy, and their early experiences have a great effect on their future physical, emotional, and social development. Optimizing the childhood years is the best investment we can make for their future and the future of this country. This is easy enough if you can afford to pay for your child's educational and developmental needs. But what if you can't? This is the problem facing thousands and thousands of families across the Philippines. Fortunately, there is a solution. The Philippine government recognized the need for early childhood care as early as the 70s, when Presidential Decree 1567 required every barangay to have a daycare center. In the year 2000, Republic Act 8980 established a National Child Care Development System. And in 2013, Republic Act 10410 placed the responsibility of the care of children from the ages 0 to 4 years old on the Early Childhood Care and Development Council. The Early Childhood Care and Development Council is the primary agency that supports the government's sustainable and integrated early childhood care and development programs such as health, nutrition, early education, and social services.
It is also a laboratory for conducting research and innovations about ECCD. Likewise, it is a resource center for the community to enhance the parenting skills and capabilities. Cities and municipalities that are willing to participate and have the ECCD program as a priority in their community. Funding is provided by the ECCD Council, and as a counterpart responsibility of the LGUs, they will provide a 250 square meter lot, perimeter fence, playground facilities, and a child development teacher to be trained by the ECCD Council.
The National Child Development Center, or the NCDC, is the flagship program of the ECCD Council. The NCDC is a child-friendly facility that serves as the first school of children in the barangay level. And its main goal is to provide and expand access to quality early childhood care and development.
The importance of early childhood care and development is its impact on brain development, on economic gains, and on school readiness, on health and nutrition, and advocating for child's rights at an early age. Nationalization of early childhood development personnel. Number 2, continuous rollout of policies and guidelines. Number 3, investing on ECCD programs on the ground through advocacy and mobilization.
The challenges facing Filipino children today relate to poor health, nutrition, limited early education, and lack of appropriate psychosocial care and stimulation. Most of the problems in the Philippines education system from a lack of funding, a low teacher salaries, a shortage of classrooms, and lack of facilities.